When you start to look at Snapchat as a social media tool, it is definitely seeing growth over the years. Recent statistics show that users are sending about 400 million snaps per day, which is great when it comes to the value of the tool and people actually utilizing the tool. When you start to think of some of the cons, though, over the years, you start to see that when people are Googling Snapchat, a lot of the articles and news were related to using it as a sexting tool. When that wasn't really its initial intention, but you start to see that it's not the big main reason people actually utilize Snapchat, because a lot of people like to send quick photos or snaps to their friends, and it allows them to send just to select groups as opposed to posting it to Facebook where it goes out to the majority of your followers out there. So I think it becomes a little bit more personalized when it comes to sending snaps. So while there are the con of the idea of it using it as sexting, and like any tool, a lot of the times over the years it adapts and begins getting utilized in different ways that wasn't its real initial intention, you start to see that there are benefits and growth and popularity when it comes to using Snapchat as a tool. Obviously, the biggest news surrounding Snapchat as of recent was Facebook's offer of $3 billion to acquire them, and that Snapchat turned them down. A lot of people question this move. Over the years, you see tech companies, it's very hard for tech companies to become very successful. I mean, you see sites like Google and Facebook, there's not a huge number of them. For most of the tech companies out there, they fail shortly after their launch. But you start to look at the business side of things. Snapchat has been seeing growth. They recently climbed over the last few months from about 250 million snaps per day to 400 million snaps per day. Their user base, they're seeing growth in users and active users on the site. So I think one of the big business moves is that they potentially see this as continuing to grow as a tool, and that they're hoping that the value of $3 billion will actually grow as well over the years, because will come next year, because they're hoping that that growth will continue over the next and upcoming months. It is a big business move on their part, and it could be a gamble when it's all said and done with. But I think one of the main reasons you start to look at it is Facebook really wants to buy into Snapchat, because it gives them an opportunity to move into that mobile space a little bit more. Facebook recently has had a big push for mobile advertising. Well, being that Snapchat is strictly a mobile application, this gives them the opportunity to kind of emphasize the mobile component to it. But a lot of people say, well, isn't this all about data? A lot of the advertising these days is about information, and the big thing that Snapchat does is delete its data when it comes to the photos and the video on there. Well, the nice thing about it is the way Facebook is probably looking to approach it, essentially, is the fact that, hey, if we start to attach this to your Facebook profile, that data is there when it comes to demographic information, your likes, your interests, and all that. So we could pull from the Facebook data and essentially start to tailor advertising through Snapchat, the mobile application, and do something along those lines. But then again, for Snapchat, it's about, hey, who else is out there that wants to offer us money? And there have been other offers from companies, both from China as well as Google itself. Google looks at it as a perfect opportunity because Google Plus is essentially an opponent to Facebook. Now, Google becomes interested because this could be a way to kind of take Facebook out and help make Google Plus more popular. So again, it's all about strategy and seeing who wants to come to the table and offer the most money. And again, I think a lot of it comes down to they value themselves as being a lot more than $3 billion, and hopefully by next year at this time that they can have to see growth when it comes to that.